what we are going to be talking about today is discover your purpose through your home-based business. So discover your purpose through your actual home-based business is what we're going to be going into. So first things first, you guys can win stuff. Just going to say this super quick. All you have to do in order to win things is subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment on my YouTube videos, and then share my YouTube videos into social media. Tag myself or my business page in it. One person every week gets a little tap on the shoulder and says, hey, go to the swag shop and pick something out. If you don't know where that is, just go to withmartha.com. Up at the top, it says shop. Go ahead and click on that and you will be in the swag shop at that point. So also, if you guys are not on my text list, over here, that's how you get on it. Super simple. All you have to do is text me a message, whatever you want, like, hey girl, whatever you want. Just text me a message to that phone number. It'll give you some instructions that then saves you to my phone. And I send you some fun stuff, some goofy stuff, and also some really cool stuff. Last week, I sent my people an invitation to an event that I was doing that I didn't put anywhere else. It was only to the people that were on my text list. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, make sure that you're on there. All right. So today, discover your purpose through your home-based business. Let's just talk super quick. Oh, I see you guys over there in the live chat. Hello. Also, keep commenting, whatever you want to say, make sure it's said in the live chat. I will circle back around if I have some time at the very end to say, hey, put you up on screen and all the fun stuff. Okay. So let's talk about purpose. It's such a big word and also a confusing word. And sometimes I would think people would even say like an obscure, non-definitive word. And so then people stop seeking it because they're like, what even is this? It's kind of this fog. You know, have you ever experienced sort of an idea fog where it's like a roundabout kind of, but it's not concrete enough for you to be like, this is what I'm after. It's like all of this and I don't know, right? I feel like that's the word purpose. I feel like if you look up, and this isn't true because, you know, it's not. But if you were to look up purpose in the dictionary, it would kind of just be a cloud. I'm sure it has a definition. But like in reality though, functionally as human beings, when we think of something so big as purpose, you know, I mean, purpose to us is why you were put on the planet, right? Purpose to us is, what is my job here? Purpose to us is bigger than your 9 to 5, it's bigger than your side gig sometimes. I mean, if we haven't gone through this before, it is probably. It's bigger than your relationship to yourself even. Your purpose is like, it's big. And so I think a lot of people shy away from it because it's so big. I think a lot of people also feel like, you know, they had their purpose and then maybe they started feeling like, maybe that's not my purpose. Maybe my purpose is actually something else. And they start, you know, wondering, well, what if it's this other thing? And then they get confused and then they feel like a failure because their purpose, they felt like was this one thing and then it became this other thing. And they're like, oh, well, I never had it to begin with. Why can I feel confident that it's this now? Was that you? Can you comment and let me know? My nose is so itchy, you guys. Can you let me know if you've experienced that before when dealing with purpose? I thought it was this, and then I felt like it was this, and because it changed, now I don't know if I can even trust myself. Right? Let me tell you something. Your purpose is in moments. Your purpose in front of one person it may be different than your purpose in front of another individual. How about that? Right? Your purpose for whenever you're working with your business and you want to create a heart-centered business that is running with your purpose. Your purpose has what my friend Lauren calls seasons. You have seasons, right? And just like seasons, there's a season where you plant the seeds. There's a season where you water the seeds. And then there's a season where you reap the harvest. And then there's a season of quiet. And all of those are very natural and happen all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Why do we feel like we're so wrong? Why do we feel like we can't even trust ourselves when realistically we're living in seasons? And realistically, our purpose in the planting of the seed is to be the planter of the seed. And our purpose in the watering of the plant is to be the waterer of the plant. You don't continue planting seeds when your plants need watered. And then whenever your purpose is to get the harvest, you can't be planting seeds when you're getting the harvest, and you can't be watering the plants when you're trying to harvest. You can't be trying to harvest when you're actually needing to plant seeds. Does this all make sense? And then whenever we go to the other season, which is quiet and rest and rejuvenation, you can't be trying to harvest when you're rejuvenating. You can't be trying to plant seeds and all of that when you're rejuvenating. It's your winter. You can't plant seeds in the winter. It doesn't work. And it's not like you can plant seeds early and then they're going to be okay in the spring. That's not how it works. Any work you do in the winter is all for nothing. Because the winter, the season in your life, I hope you guys are following this. The season in your life is really, it's quiet. Luke was on yesterday at church at LifeBridge. And he talked about this at Key on Thursday night as well. He was talking about being in the shadow. Right? Being in and how the shadow is actually, there's a lot of purpose living in the shadow. And the shadow is like the quiet place. It's the secret place. And the shadow that he was specifically talking about whenever he came around to it is he was talking about being so close to Jesus that you are in his shadow. Whoever shadow you're in or whatever shadow you're in, the only reason you can even be in that shadow is simply proximity. You have to be close enough to the thing or the person that is casting that shadow. And our secret place is to be so close to Jesus that we are in his shadow. And that's our secret place. That's our winter. That's our place where we're quiet and we're being fed and we're listening and we're paying attention to what the next thing is for us. The winter isn't a time to stress out, freak out, and think, oh my gosh, everything's over. That's not what it's about, guys. The winter is about slowing down and listening. It's about taking care of yourself. You can't plant seeds your whole life, and you can't reap harvest your whole life. There's times in your life where you're going to be molded, and those times are going to be in your winters and in your secret place and in the shadows. Okay, guys? So what I wanted to say, and that was, I did not mean to go that far into that, but it is what it is. I imagine somebody needed to hear it. What we're doing here, you guys, our purpose, we will find in the shadows. Our purpose is found as we're quiet and as we're listening. But there's also another way for you to really, like, if you're kind of like me and you're like, yeah, but I want to functionally feel like I'm working toward it. I want to functionally feel like I'm answering questions that are bringing me closer to understanding what my purpose is. If you're like me, that's how I am. I will sit and I will be quiet. I also want to use that quiet, and I want to be able to work within my own self and see if I can find it myself. And you guys, for those of you that don't know, that is the bat signal workshop that I've done. I think Mike put the link in the description of this video. If he didn't, let me know. I believe he did. But that's the bat signal workshop. It's a 4-hour deep dive, you guys. It's a deep dive into your purpose. It's a deep dive into uncovering what you're here for at this season. And the cool thing is you buy it once. It's super inexpensive, but you buy it once and you've got it for life. And so the next winter you come into, which you will, everybody does. The next winter that you come into, you can go through it again. Where do you feel like you are now? What do you feel like your purpose is now? And stop beating yourself up over the fact that it changes, because it changes. Stop thinking that you need to be anything aside from precisely who you are. You've been through what you've been through for a reason. Let's not let all of this pain in your life be for nothing. Let's not look back on it like, man, I wish that had never happened. You're not seeing the blessings then. Because the pain and the discomfort that we go through in life, you guys, I'm a firm believer, because I've seen it in my own life. I'm a firm believer that we go through things quite simply to know what it feels like. Because when we know what it feels like to go through that stuff, we can help the next person out of it. You might be like, Martha, that seems a little simple. Well, why does it need to be any more complex than that? My God isn't a God that likes to confuse. Why do things need to be more complex than that? Why can't it simply be, man, you went through this thing and now you can help other people go through that thing? Why does it need to be anything more than that? In my opinion, it doesn't. We're not here in this life to wonder what our purpose is. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. Like, how am I going to be able to serve and da-da-da-da? You slow down. You've got too much stigma, too much like stuff going on outside of you, too much noise, too much chaos. You need to go to your secret place, go to your quiet place, and be able to really just dig down in yourself. Because if you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you're not going anywhere and da-da-da-da, it's because of the chaos. You have let it affect you. At what point do you say no to the outside noise and yes to just being quiet? And I mean that literally. I mean that there are times where Mike and our girl will be out here and I'll just say, hey, I'm going to go in our room for a little while. And I go in the room and I shut the door and I have quiet. Or I go drive somewhere and I have quiet. I don't have the radio on or anything like that. I just have quiet. Those are my secret places. I'm quiet. Because I don't let the chaos just continue and I become I don't know. I don't become like part of the chaos. I don't allow the chaos to affect me. And that's what you have to do. You just have to decide, you guys. So discovering your purpose through your home-based business, you guys, it's really you deciding who you want to serve and how you want to serve them. And if it makes you feel filled up to be able to serve that individual and to help that individual, you'll know the feeling. If you feel like it kind of bubbles up, it's not necessarily excitement, although it can be. Excitement is misleading because excitement is anxiety on the other side of the coin. It's the same energy. It's whatever you want to call it. Okay. It can flip real quick. But what it is it's a feeling of like just love. It's that feeling of like servitude. It's the feeling of gratefulness. It's the feeling of being so incredibly blessed to be able to serve those individuals and to know darn well that you can serve them well because you've been where they are. And if not you, who? Right? And like the saying goes, if not now, when? Because if you don't serve your people may not be served by anybody else. And so they remain in the pain that you were able to get through. And that's where we discover our purpose. And does it change sometimes? Sure it does, because we evolve as people. And your people are also evolving. I hope that this sets well on you guys. I hope that this makes sense. I hope for those of you out there that are I really just want to, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what it is. Get quiet, because the I don't know is here. Your purpose is right here. Gotta get quiet. Stop working with this. This will lead you astray every single time. It's this. Okay. All right. What are you guys saying? Tiffany, you're speaking 100% directly to my heart today. Oh, I love it. Kripa, I am too. I have so many passions. I thought I knew my audience, but I question because I don't know if that's what I want to do. I also overthink too much. Well, one of the great things is to know if you're overthinking too much. Just work with somebody. I have my strategists are able to work you through Bat Signal, by the way. Bat Signal is your purpose, quite frankly. So if you want to work with one of them, you absolutely can. Also, they create my content for me. So the title today came from Lauren Da Silva. So in the description of this video, you have, I think it says business strategist or more info on business strategist, something like that. They're able to help you come up with a year of content as well. And they're able to help you with your Bat Signal. If you feel like you're flopping around, a lot of times what people need is they just need somebody to mirror back to them and to say, no, you're on the right track, you're good. Or to help you dig deeper, and they know when to say you're good and when to dig deeper. That's the thing. And they won't get you all over the place, because that doesn't serve you. That's a mess, guys. We'll get you into one place, honed down, lasered in, so you can move. All right. Also, if you guys aren't in HBR yet, I'm just going to say I absolutely had a conversation with a friend of mine over the weekend, and we are about to add some really crazy stuff. And it's going to be added pretty soon, actually. The price is going to go up to $10K, so make sure that you're getting in now. Livin the Dream with Martha, my Facebook business page, that's how you get in. Message me the words, let's do this, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you want to message me. We'll have a quick chat. I'll give you the details of the program. If you're in, you're in, you're out, you're out. Either way, I'm not going to chase you around the internet. But this is the way to be able to set up multiple income streams from home, utilizing stuff that you already know. Once it's all set up, you'll be working 5 to 10 hours a week, bringing in money and being able to positively impact the world at the same time. So that's why it's called Livin the Dream. That's what this is. We live our purpose, we live our dream. Love you guys. See you next time.